Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all having a good Saturday. Well, today's Saturday when I'm filming this anyway. But just want to show you what I'm going to be doing here on the tandem grain truck. We got some corn contracts that we got to get hauled in coming into April. And since that's also coming right smack dab into busy season, want to get the grain tandem here out. That way Dad and I can both haul and it'll just speed everything up a whole lot faster. So, gotta go through, I want to grease up the kingpins here on the front end on both front tires, and then generally what I do with this thing, because it actually has quite a few grease zerks. I start up here on the left front corner and just work my way down the left side, across the back, got two back there on the pivots where the bed hinges, and then come back up that side on the right side over there. Because I gotta grease up the air brakes, and then go down through greasing up the drive shaft U-joints. These are greasable. The semi, those are sealed. And then grease up the hoist. Got two zerks here, two zerks over there. And let's see here, where else? There's one. And up underneath there's some. And of course up there on top also. So I'll be showing you some. I'm not going to show you the whole entire thing, but you'll get the point anyway. Alrighty, I got my grease gun. Generally up here on the front end, what I'll do is I'll grease it, well, start it up, then turn the wheels to the left and to the right. But on this truck, I do have access. I can grease the top zerk here on the kingpins without needing to turn it. The bottom ones, I gotta start it and turn the wheels. I don't know how well you can see much of that. Okay, I heard the grease pop out, so that was good to go. There's one up here underneath this steering tie rod, if I can find it. There it is. Okay, I got that one. There's also one back here on the back of it, but like I say, when I trim the thing, it'll bring it farther forward and make it a lot easier to access. So at least I got the top one anyway. I'm going to go ahead and move on back here on the drive shaft. And like I say, I'm not going to show you all these, but we'll go across, get the highlights anyway. Tires make good grease rags. They're self-cleaning. And so there should be that one. In fact, generally, what I found is that there's actually two on each one of these U-joints. I guess that way, if it's not sitting straight, you have two access points. Okay, something didn't feel right, but I think we got grease going in. Okay, you probably heard that. It popped out. Perfect. That means it got pushed all the way into the needle bearings. And go ahead and come across on here. There's what? I'm trying to remember. 1, 2, 3 sections of drive shaft, which is kind of odd. Generally, they'll have just one big long one, but this here's got 3 sections in it. Of course, this truck was not originally a grain truck. And see, like right there, that one's going to be, well, I might be able to get onto it, try to get down through there. But originally, grab an old grease rag from my fingers, this truck was a craft food truck, and I'm assuming it probably had a box body here on the back of it. And the truck here came from my neighbor, but if I remember, I think he said that originally the truck itself came out of Connecticut. So it came from the East Coast to the Midwest. Well, right there's a good example as to why they have two grease zerks. I could not get on that back one. And so down here on this side right here is the second one. I can just get, there we go, get hooked on. Okay, the grease shoved out on that one. So, well, hey, that's showing you the drive shaft. Maybe once I get ready to start greasing up this hoist, I'll show you a few on that one too. All right, I'm done with the drive shaft. And before I get started here on this hoist, I've already gotten one. It's clear up underneath there. Come up behind, and there's like right here where these cylinders pivot. And so, kind of hard to show that with the camera. Now, I will show the back. I think I can let you see in there halfway decent. Well, Okay, I think I got that one. Like I've said before, maybe someday I'll get me a GoPro and it'll be a little bit easier to film. However, the thing I do like about my camera is that I can take and do my editing and then turn right around and upload it. Well, that's a tight one. Huh. Whereas with a GoPro, you gotta take and plug everything into your computer and then upload that way. Although I will say, uploading with my phone actually goes pretty fast. Okay, now I've got a couple up top here. One right there on that pin on the end of the cylinder. This is a 3-stage telescoping cylinder. So here's stage 1, there's stage 2, and then clear up here on top, once it gets high enough, stage 3 pops out. So to get that pin, I gotta go over top the frame. You can see it coming in right there and plug on. There we go. Okay, that's got that one. Now there's 2. Clean that one off and clean that one off. In fact, I'm going to have to take and change hands with my grease gun. There we go. Make it a little bit easier. We got these 2 right here on this. There's the bottom. I don't know how well you can see much of that. And we're getting the top one up there. There we go, that's got the top one. Okay, those up there are done. But like I say, it usually goes pretty fast for uploading videos off my phone because my phone's a 5G. And that 5G goes pretty quick. And so if I make a longer video, like let's say, anywhere from 20 minutes to 20 to 30 minutes long, I can generally have it uploaded in, approximately 15 minutes. Not too bad. Okay, this here's the bottom pivot of the hoist. It's a pretty big area inside, so. And I have not greased this since last fall. I greased it right before harvest time. In fact, I don't know, I probably got videos or so posted of doing that. And then I actually wasn't planning on doing anything with it until this coming summer before fall again. But like I say, with contracts coming up and we need to hurry up and get the corn moved before we start planting corn, I went ahead and got it out. And yes, for anybody wondering, that right there is a safety bar I dropped down, and that gives extra backup to hold the bed up. So I'm going to get in between these tires here, then try and show you a little bit on that little center drive shaft between the two differentials. Okay, I'm up here between the axles. There's a grease zerk right down there. Hopefully you can see it. That greases up the pivot where the main leaf spring hooks on. So that's got that one. I have actually already gotten this brake on that air brake right there. So that one's already done. Right there is the little drive shaft. There we go. For between the differentials. That's got the front. Now I gotta get wiggled around and get back to that back one somehow. Don't have a whole lot of room to work with. Well, I tried to show you greasing up the back of that short axle, but for some reason the rotation on my phone went to horizontal and not vertical. But anyway, I'll just point out to you here right quick. I tried to grease that zerk up there on the back of that drive shaft, and somehow, well, just my luck, the grease zerk is pointing down toward the ground. So I'm going to have to take and move the truck to get that grease zerk rolled back up. And so I've already greased up here on the back of it. Right there on the brakes, you got one on that end there on that arm that what do they call that? The name's on the tip of my tongue, can't think of it. Anyway, the base I call an actuator, and then you got one right there where the main shaft goes into the drums, or I guess into the shoes. And then the same thing over here on the right hand side. Like I say, I was showing all that, but sure enough, my phone rotation got flipped. And yeah, I threw an old rag over top the license plate, no sense showing that all off. And I've already got the two pivots of the bed, one right there, one right there. And so, like I said, I tried to show you that, but the rotation on my phone goofed up and went to horizontal. But hey, at least I pointed it out to you. So I may go ahead and bring you back in here right quick, going down the right-hand side. Well, I thought I'd show you here right quick, going up on the right-hand side just a little bit. Same thing here. I want to grease up this spring where it mounts in. And that should be, right down through there somewhere. Okay, yep, I found the end of the grease zerk. Gotta get plugged onto it. In fact, you saw I had the license plate covered up. That reminds me. Here about, well, I'm trying to remember. It was last fall, if I remember right. There's an outdoor channel that I'm on called The Outdoor Boys on YouTube. In fact, I don't know, some of you may have heard of it. The guy's name is Luke Nichols, and he's got about 2.8 million subscribers, so he's pretty big. But at the end of one of his videos, and he actually posted this, I think it might have been late last fall, if I remember right. But like I say, at the end of one of his videos, he did like a little short Q&A about different things. And he said, I guess one of the questions people ask must be like, where do they live and that kind of stuff. And he's always talked about how they live in Virginia. But the odd thing is, though, he tries to keep it for the most part anonymous. But he'll do videos with his home address literally on the wall right behind him. So I think so after he had done that Q&A, it only took me about, I think it might have been about 10 minutes. And I had I found his whole complete address, everything all online. I found Google Earth satellite pictures of his house. I found the Google Earth Street View of his house. And he also has what he calls like an off-grid property there in Virginia also. I found that too. And so if I wanted to, I could drive right to his front door and say hi. Like I say, he talks about wanting to be anonymous, but then he has his address posted right on the front of his house, and right there it is in the video. So what good does wanting to be anonymous do when you're showing everybody your address? So anyway, but it's a good channel. I like to watch it. Okay, that's got this here done. And like I showed you before, there's going to be one up underneath here and one up underneath here, and the same thing up on top right there also. So I may bring you back in to show you a little bit here on the PTO pump for the bed. And here we are with the PTO drive line. I want to show you right quick. It runs off the transmission up on the side of the tranny, up underneath the cab. This truck's got a 5-speed Allison automatic. Okay, that greases up the little spline end. Got to get back in there and there we go. Get that U-joint greased up. Now, I know I've looked before, but surprisingly, the U-joint up underneath the cab where it comes off of the transmission, there's no grease zerk. It's all sealed U-joint. Now, there is a grease zerk right down here, if I can get to it, on this carrier bearing. Clean my fingers off on the truck tire. All right, that one didn't take a whole lot. Well, I'll see what I can do, but hey, that's got everything from the cab back is done. Now all I have left to do is just the front kingpins. In fact, I can go ahead and show you on this one up here, since it's easy to get to. Hey, there we are. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's got the top kingpins on both sides. And then what I'm like I said before, I gotta take and move the truck, well, pull it forward a little bit and turn the wheels as sharp as I can, left and right, and that'll open up the front end to be able to get in there easier, and grease up the bottom of the kingpins. And the tie rod on this one, I can't remember. I think it does have a grease cert. Sorry about that, just smacked the camera on the air filter housing. But I think it does, and I also gotta grease the brakes up. But like I said, I need to turn the wheel, that way I can kind of come in here from the back to get into that. So I'll try and show you that as well. Okay guys, let me show you here right quick. You can see I got the tires turned. Okay, that got the back one. Now I got one up underneath here, if I can find it. Okay, that's got that side. Jump over here and show you the brakes. Hopefully you can see. All right, that one's done. Now you gotta get the tire on. All right, that one's done. Okay, well, I think I'm going to call that an end to this video, because I just got to turn the wheels to the right and do the exact same thing. So, but yeah, that's been just a little maintenance video on getting the tandem ready to haul corn for April contracts. So take care, thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.